Guys, this has nothing to do with anything, but I was just drinking my coffee and pulled a second straw out of my main straw. Anywho,
Ladies, gentlemen, it's Noisy Face.
That's me, and it's day 10 of me having lost my voice due to a cold and still struggling to get it all the way back. That's gonna seem really weird when this video comes out because of how I record and everything, but just know that it's a struggle. This might permanently be my voice now. Onizuka's fucking around over there behind me. I'm excited to make this video today. We're getting a new Life is Strange game, bitches. As you know, last year I decided to play through all the Life is Strange games that have been produced so far. Even though I didn't play the DLC for True Colors, I don't feel like I need to. That's just my thing. So let me tell you how I rank the games so far. We've got Life is Strange Before the Storm at the top. This game made me feel everything that it intended for me to feel. I did get kind of sad that it didn't really lead into why Chloe is Chloe. But I love the game and the overall feel. Coming in second is the original Life is Strange, which I understand that we wouldn't have Before the Storm without this. I mean, we probably wouldn't have any of the other games without it, but I did really enjoy playing as Max. I wish she had a little bit more character growth. Even though I had the end spoilered for me, there were a lot of things that came out of nowhere that I was really surprised with. In third place is Life is Strange True Colors, and barely, because, dear Lord baby Jesus, consequences mean nothing. And at my bottom, my all-time low would be Life is Strange 2. I did enjoy the cultural representation, being half Hispanic myself, but the story just felt really disjointed. It felt like they had a bunch of different teams working on each chapter, and then they shoved it together to make a game. Those are my opinions. Deal with it. Now, I've also played Tell Me Why, which I understand isn't really set in the Life is Strange universe. Maybe it is and I missed it. This is such a disappointment of a game for me because you all know that I live and breathe fairy tales. So the way this story is told was utterly amazing. I love the puzzles. What I hate is that specific douche nozzle over there. Because no matter what option I pick, whether I try to be diplomatic or not, this dick noodle is over there all like...
Cool. I'll set my alarm to ass crack of dawn.
So what I thought we'd do for the video today is go ahead and react to the original trailer, which I saw during the expo and freaked out once I saw the Deck 9 logo. And then we'll also go ahead and watch the little YouTube special that they came out with, kind of diving more in depth.
I swore I'd never use my power again. But 2 nights ago...
Now I'm just gonna stop you right there because I love how Max is over here like, I'm never gonna use my power again unless another one of my friends is murdered. Then I'm definitely gonna use my powers.
I found my friend's body in the woods. I don't know who I can trust.
I love this aging of her. I love that it's the same voice actress. I think that all of this was done very well. Guys, I need a new favorite beanie. I don't have a favorite beanie anymore. What am I gonna do when this game comes?
Or who trusts me. But my friend Safi is dead. So why can I still hear her voice? Focusing my power, I somehow shifted into a parallel timeline. Here, Safi is still alive, but danger stalks our every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except You're dead. I can still save Safi. If I can solve...
Now, a lot of people are saying that this girl right here in the blue beanie looks like Rachel Amber. I don't see it. And a lot of people are upset that so far there's no mention of Chloe, but that may be some sort of surprise reveal, or they may have just grown apart. I don't know, but I'm very intrigued to see what happens.
The same murder across 2 timelines.
Rude Gamebox showcase thumbnails, but anywho, let's go ahead and jump in to the special that came out. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. I'm gonna react to some things here. This thing is like an hour long. I mean, this looks like the school to me, but maybe it's not. Oh, is it gonna show me the trailer again?
Coming up in this Life is Strange Double Exposure Reveal livestream. All you need to know about the game. Learn more about this thrilling supernatural murder mystery from Deck 9 developers Jonathan Stauder and Felice Kwan.
There are no footprints, there's no weapon. Police are completely stumped as to how it could have happened.
Discover Max Caulfield's incredible new
Is Max the murderer? Because that would just be fucking amazing. I'm just saying.
ability to shift between 2 parallel timelines.
Which comes in really handy when you're a detective and you want to eavesdrop and snoop and track suspects.
Welcome Hannah Tell, the actor behind Max.
She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers again.
Whoa.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, since there's never any consequence for that.
And to cap it all off, our world premiere of extended gameplay. So get comfy, grab some snacks, and get ready to dive into this all-new adventure in the award-winning Life is Strange series. This is Life is Strange Double Exposure.
God, that's so beautiful.
It's been 3 years since the release of Life is Strange True Colors. Since then, the team at Deck 9 Games have been hard at work on a game, a story and a world worthy of the return of Max
The little
Caulfield,
Polaroids.
beloved star of the very first Life is Strange.
I've been here before.
We knew that this had to be something special. We knew we had to respect the 2 unforgettable endings to the first chapter of Max's story.
Yeah.
While also crafting something new, something fresh that echoed and acknowledged Max's past challenges, even as it moved her personal
She got a little
story
whale cloud shirt.
forward, welcoming in new players from the very beginning, while giving fans the story they didn't know they wanted. The team have been collaborating.
That's a great comment, because this game has the internet divided. I have my opinions. I believe that there's only one end to Life is Strange. I understand that there are 2, but I just can't justify saving Chloe over an entire town.
Along with our partners at Square Enix External Studios, to bring Max and Caledon University to vivid life. And we couldn't have done it without Hannah.
Aw,
and
that's
the rest of our
cute.
stunning cast, whose performances elevate and bring nuance to every moment of our story. Together, we've built for you a supernatural murder mystery.
What is this?
Packed full of twists, intrigue, and heart that still delivers on every aspect of Life is Strange's DNA. Meaningful emotional choices driven by your
I'm loving the
connection to the
graphics.
characters.
They feel very,
diverse and
very
complex
similar
cast
to all the
reflects
Life is Strange
the
games that
world
I've
around us
played. They're
in
a
all
little
its joy,
polished.
sorrow, and anxiety. Romance, humor, and light even in the darkest of circumstances. For those of you who have played every Life is Strange to date, we can't
Me!
wait to welcome you back.
Thank
And for those
you,
of
thank you.
Curious about Max and her new adventure, we're delighted to have you join us. Welcome to our deep dive reveal of Life is Strange Double Exposure.
I swore I'd never.
Okay, so we're gonna
lose my
skip
power
this since we just watched the trailer.
Life is Strange Double Exposure is a thrilling narrative adventure game where you investigate a supernatural murder mystery. You play as Max Caulfield, a photographer and artist in residence at Caledon University.
I love that
prestigious
she's a
college
photographer.
in upstate Vermont.
So she's at a
When
different
Max's
school,
new
it
best
looks
friend,
like.
Safi is found murdered in mysterious circumstances. Max discovers she has the supernatural ability to shift back and forth between two timelines. In
Well,
one
she's
timeline,
always had that.
Safi
She
is
doesn't
dead,
discover that, but
in the
okay.
other, she's still alive and still in danger.
Oh shit.
Max realizes the killer will soon strike again in both versions of reality. Max,
Oh.
the player, will use her new shift power to
Okay.
explore two versions of this vivid winter.
I'm not
campus.
sure why
As
he
you
would
forge
strike in the
allies
main
and
one where
pursue
Safi's already
suspects across
dead, but
two versions of reality, you'll shape both timelines through your unforgettable choices. But it's a race against time. A relentless detective has Max in his sights, and Safi's killer grows closer with every clue uncovered. With Max's new power to shift between two timelines, can you solve and prevent the same murder?
Wild, right?
Murder mysteries, a narrative genre full of thrilling stories and intense action, scattered with red herrings and the inevitable climactic twist. But what happens when elements of the supernatural become involved, making the mystery at hand seemingly impossible to solve? And how do you write something so complex? I'm chatting with game director Jonathan Stouter.
I
and
love that
narrative
they all
director
have the
Felice
Polaroid.
Kwan
That is
to learn how
so
they
cute.
crafted Life is Strange Double Exposure's supernatural murder mystery. Jonathan and Felice, it is so wonderful to be here with you. How does it feel now that you can finally talk about Life is Strange Double Exposure?
It has definitely been exciting to finally get to talk about.
I had no idea this game was even being made, that it was even on the radar. So this took me completely by surprise.
Going on in the trailer.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of theories. We're going to have a lot of theories, trust me, because a mystery is afoot, right? And that is the core premise of the game.
Right. But not just a murder mystery, it's a supernatural murder mystery. What initially starts as a whodunit in terms of the crime very quickly becomes a how could this have even happened? How is this even possible sort of crime? And then you, as the player, as Max, are uniquely suited to use your time powers to solve this crime.
Oh, can you tell me about Max, who she is, and why she has time powers?
Right, so Max Caulfield, famous photographer.
In case you didn't know.
University, which is the setting of our game.
She's come to Caledon University to start afresh, to build a life that's separate from a past that she doesn't really want to think about anymore. But unfortunately for her, this mystery lands in her lap.
So, Felice, can you set the scene for us? Because we've got mysterious pasts at play, but then also this is a very unusual murder mystery, right?
Right. So it is almost Holly Break, dead winter. Max walks up a hill and finds her friend Safi dead in the snow, seconds after seeing Safi talking on the phone. There are no footprints, there's no weapon, police.
Well,
are
there's
completely
Max's
stumped out.
footprints there now,
So there's not
so.
really any evidence or leads to go by. How do you solve a murder mystery like this? What tools might you have?
Luckily, Max unlocks a supernatural ability. She is able to shift from the current timeline into a parallel timeline where her friend Safi is alive. And fans of the first game will recognize this as kind of an evolution of her rewind power.
That's cool.
And why exactly that has happened is at the heart of the
Because she
story.
was always able to jump into the photographs
So my understanding
and
is there are two
explore
timelines
different
at play
timelines
here,
that
one in
way.
which Safi is still alive, and the other, she's been murdered. If I'm Max, why don't I just stay in the timeline where she's still alive?
Because Max will very quickly discover the killer is still at large in the timeline where Safi is alive. And so, using her new supernatural abilities, Max will have to both solve and prevent the same crime across two timelines.
So we're dealing with two
Interesting.
timelines and a race against time to stop a killer before they kill again. This seems like it was very complicated to write.
It was really complicated. It was also very interesting because Max meets essentially two versions of every person that she's investigating.
That's
Two
cool. I'm
versions of the
excited about
environment,
that.
and these will both differ in ways that are significant because of Safi's death. It is also kind
Oh,
of bittersweet
cool.
because even the people that Max is growing closer to, like Moses, there's two versions of him as well, and she needs to navigate that.
Can you tell us a
Moses.
bit
I
more
love that
about
they named him Moses.
So Moses is Safi's best friend, and he's an astrophysicist at this college. And because of his science background, he might be the only person who can help Max understand what's going on with her powers. And the two of them grow closer through this investigation. But Max has to wrestle with if she's ready to open up and tell someone about her powers for the first time in years.
Now, Jonathan, I can imagine that the multiple timelines also
Even though we see her doing it in the trailer, you're allowed to wrestle in there, Max.
really lends itself to some interesting gameplay. What can we expect?
Well, so Max's ability to shift between the two timelines open up a whole slew of new gameplay possibilities for us. And so Max will be navigating between different versions of the same space impacted by Safi's death, and she'll be able to use these powers to circumnavigate puzzles, discover clues about suspects she might not otherwise have access to, in addition to navigating these different relationships in each spaces.
Oh, so like maybe in one timeline a door is closed, in another it's been unlocked, but it sort of depends on how you play the game, right?
Right.
Or Max can make sure that it is unlocked.
Now
Yeah.
it's down in advance. And you mentioned earlier that this is described as a quote unquote impossible murder that only Max can solve. Why is that?
Because Max can talk to the murder victim. She's the only person who can do that, and it's her relationship with Safi that's the key to solving it.
Safi's alive.
Max, are you okay? It kind of seems like you're on drugs.
Oh.
I
No,
wish.
I'm just really happy you're here with me. And your mom.
So, drugs then.
So let's talk about Max's incredible new ability to bend time. Give us the lowdown on that.
Right. So Max has the ability to tear the fabric between these two timelines and instantaneously travel between them. We call it shifting.
That's a lot of responsibility.
That's new.
And that's a lot of power. Where does it come from? Because we know Max to have had powers in the past, right?
Yeah, she actually does not have her rewind powers anymore.
Oh.
She has not used it because of the trauma
Okay.
associated with it and fear of what might happen. And so when Safi is murdered, she can't rewind. It's like losing fluency in a language.
I like that. That's
But She
neat.
does care enough about Safi that she's willing to use the new version of her power, the shifting, to try to help her friend. But why that has happened is Max doesn't know. It's kind of at the heart of the story.
So is Max kind of thrown by having this new power, or is she sort of old hat at this? She's like, yeah, I've just got another power. Pile it on.
She definitely at first she needs to use the power to investigate how the power works before she can even start to investigate.
Yeah, that's fair. That happened in the
So
first
right off
game,
the bat,
and that's a
she's
cool way to
concerned, is
introduce
some
us to this
version of
new
Rewind
game.
have I gone back in time? She doesn't know. And so she starts traversing the timelines, pulsing and listening in on folks across the veil and deducing how
Across the
power
veil. I like
Is
that
this
term.
pulse power. Is that the thing that she does where it's kind of like an aura coming out of her fingertips and she can,
hand goes up.
What's that?
Right. So Max can extend her supernatural senses to detect where the veil is weakest between the two timelines, the spots where she
Oh,
can shift.
neat.
And in doing that, she can also grab.
I like that a
glimpse
lot.
of
That's a
other
cool
people,
mechanic.
Key objects across the timeline without having to shift, which comes in really handy when you're a detective and you want to eavesdrop and snoop and track suspects.
So when she uses the pulse, she kind of like takes this glimpse into the two timelines, can make an assessment, and then choose which one to shift into. How does the shift work?
Right. So when Max has identified one of these weak points between the timelines, we call them shift spots. She can use the shifting ability to
Oh.
instantaneously travel to the other timeline. So in
Dude,
a flash, she's instantaneously
that is
transported
so
to the opposite
cool.
version
I
of
love that
the environment,
split.
different non-playable characters around.
Ah,
and so she's able to
neat,
use that
very
to
neat.
traverse puzzles, circumnavigate locked doors, suspects that won't talk to her in one timeline but will in another.
Oh, so like, is it apparent to the player yeah, I'm in this timeline where Safi's still alive, or I'm in this one where Safi's dead. Like, how will I know? I will like confuse myself playing this.
So
Does Max get confused?
She does.
Oh.
She absolutely does get confused. And along the way, she has to learn.
This girl's smiling. She's like, yeah, secrets, bitches.
But Safi's death not just reverberates through the relationships on campus, but also through the environment. And we reflect this in different ways, different set dressing, different audio, different lighting.
That's cool.
The weather patterns change. It's the butterfly effect. So Safi's death has this immense impact that creates two distinctly different timelines.
I do think that it will be really clear to both Max and the player where she's at. At the same time, she's juggling twice as many social interactions and twice as many clues. So she absolutely messes up. It's a lot of fun for Max to try to keep all that straight.
Right. So she'll have to keep an eye out for dialogue choices, because if you're not paying attention, you might stumble into Max being confused about the timeline. Whereas if you're on your game, you can avoid those little faux pas.
Good, I'm gonna fuck that up at least once.
I was being nosy. I don't know why. Probably just paranoid.
You think? Jesus, Max. Get your shit together.
And also, we're on a college campus, so she's supposed to be using this power to be solving a murder mystery, but I imagine there's probably also a lot of drama that filters through.
And she's an artist in residence.
No! Drama in a Life is Strange game? Get out of town!
Be this mentor figure to the students who are still there on holiday break. But at the same time, it would be really useful to manipulate these students to solve this mystery. So she is juggling a lot.
So Max Caulfield, who has been so closed off for so long, now has to be like, okay, I have to juggle all these new social situations and put myself out there. It sounds like this is going to be a big learning experience for Max.
Now I have more impossible questions than I had to begin with.
I have to ask because I'm just so curious. Which came first, the idea for Max to have this timeline shifting power, or did your team just want to experiment with the idea of multiple timelines?
We have been interested in multiple timelines for a while because of that gameplay possibilities. But I think it wasn't until we were exploring Max's story that it really clicked how we could do it in a way that felt absolutely intertwined with the emotional journey as well.
And shifting and traversing the timelines is in the player's hands. You have to trust the player is going to do it.
Yeah, the player over the course of the game is going to learn how to use this ability to navigate the environments, the relationships, and then at a certain point, we just trust the player to navigate and solve this mystery.
When I woke up, Safi was gone forever. And now, I am in a whole new world of questions. What are these worlds? Timelines? Realities? Where did this new power come from? Is Rewind gone forever? Lucky for me, one question clearly takes priority. How do I protect the Safi I have left?
Now, as a big fan, I am so happy that Hannah Tell is returning as
Max. That's really
for
cool.
People who are new, players who are new to the Life is Strange franchise, do they have to go back and play all of the older titles? What's the point of entry for them?
You never do.
You don't have to at all. All of the Life is Strange games stand on their own and have their own story. And so for Life is Strange Double Exposure, players will have everything they need to understand.
There'll be the little Easter eggs, but I don't think there'll be like a monumentous thing.
Brand new location in a small college. There's new characters. You can absolutely start with this first game.
Seems like Safi rubbed a few people the wrong way.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's Rachel. People are saying that it's Rachel, and I agree that it does look similar, but I don't think that it is. However, though, what I will say is that freaking Steph from Before the Storm was like one of the main characters in True Colors, and I didn't even know, so don't listen to me, apparently.
How should I know? Go talk to somebody who's been here longer than 6 months.
We do all know that Life is Strange is all about choices and the consequences of those choices, for better or worse. So for returning players like me, who made really hard decisions that we now have to live with, Do we bring those with us to Life is Strange Double Exposure?
Yes. So the returning players from Max's first adventure will remember that there's a massive decision to make at the end of that game, resulting
Yeah.
in two very different endings. And it was really important at Deck 9, if we were going to make another Max adventure, that the game would have to respect both those endings. Life is Strange Double Exposure does that very thing. There's no canon ending in our book to the first game. Double Exposure will respect both endings in Max's thoughts, her journal, her SMS, her interactions with other characters.
Here's the thing. I don't got time to sit and read a motherfucking journal. Okay? I will glance at it like once and then I'll be done.
What she opts to reveal about her past to her new friends, it's all reflective of that final choice.
For all of us players who were racked with guilt making those tough decisions, who kind of crave making decisions like that again, will we have lots of those choices?
I would love to see the decisions have like a huge gravitas. Not like every decision, obviously, but I do feel that that is lacking in the Life is Strange games, especially the last one that I played. That is my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it, but that is what I would like to see.
Faces that keep us up at night playing Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Yeah, Max will face a lot of tough decisions. It's kind of her thing.
Perfect. Perfect. That's what I want. Bring it on. Bring it on. And so it's been so long since the original game came out. For players who maybe don't have the original console that they played on, or let alone the save file from their Life is Strange 1 game, how will they import their previous choices?
Nice.
So Safi and Max will have a conversation that's pretty early on in the game, and Arcadia Bay.
Yeah, so they did that in Life is Strange 2, where you get to pick what ending you chose before the game even starts. I love how they incorporated Step Douche into that. That was absolutely amazing. I'd love to see more little things, more little nuances like that in this game as well.
Up naturally in that conversation, so players can remake the choice then, or they could try the other way.
Okay, so it sounds like Safi is kind of like a little interrogation there with Max.
Safi's very curious about Max because Max is generally pretty closed off, and Safi knows there's something interesting there.
Okay, so that's where we're going to see this backstory come into play. Very, very cool. So it sounds like new players are all good to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. It was very important to us that for folks entirely brand new to the franchise and brand new to Max Caulfield as a character, that everything they need to know about her is right there in Life is Strange Double Exposure. And then for returning players, we absolutely honor the biggest, most impactful decision you're going to remember from that first game and carry that forward so you can see how that plays out in Max's latest adventure.
Is this about the blue-haired girl whose picture you keep in your wallet?
Yes.
You snooped in my wallet?
Stop deflecting. The girl with the blue hair. What's the deal with you two?
People are so upset about this question because, like, here's the thing. Again, I would fully expect, even if she saved her life, I don't expect Chloe to grow as a person. And that may be where I am wrong. But like Chloe Price is only interested about Chloe Price at every step. Like, what is her best game? What is she going to get? And so I don't have any problem if you chose the romance to just be like, it was, there and a whole town died. Like, that's fine for me.
Next up, we speak to Hannah Tell, the iconic voice of Max Caulfield. And be sure to stick around because in less than 10 minutes, we'll showcase an extended look at new Life is Strange Double Exposure gameplay for the very first time.
Cool.
You don't want to miss it.
I'm Hannah Tell, and I play Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Hannah, I'm so thrilled that you are back as Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure. This is what we've been waiting for. How does it feel for you to return to Max? Probably a lot of emotions, underplay.
Yeah, so many emotions. It's an incredible feeling, and in a certain way, it feels like I'm coming home. I love Max so much, and we have so much in common, and My experience playing her the first time around was so formative in my life. It's a real honor to get to come back and expand on her story.
She even
How did
dresses a little
things
bit
feel
like
this
Max.
time
I
around
love that.
versus portraying the character in 2015?
Well, she's grown up so much. She was in high school in the first game, and now she's, out of her college years. She has a somewhat prestigious position as an artist in residence at this amazing university. And she has this whole amazing future ahead of her in terms of her artist career as a photographer. And I think that that's really given her a sense of purpose. That's motivated her to kind of shed some of the shyness, parts of her introversion that held her back. I think that she's kind of grown out of that. She's more comfortable with who she is, and she feels like, hey, this is who I'm supposed to be.
Be safe, yeah?
When am I not?
She's been suppressing her powers
I love that.
while on the road. And now she's this artist in residence at Caledon.
So
in
she's a little more
Vermont.
sassy.
Does she still feel like she needs to suppress them, or why did she feel like she needed to suppress them?
Well, the powers resulted in ultimate devastation in her life and everyone's life around her, and even like the space-time continuum with the weather-related phenomenons that were taking place because of her using this power. So she feels like
The
this
whales.
is like a deadly weapon. It's not something that she's gonna ever want to use again, and also it really sets her apart from having a normal life and having normal relationships with people. So I think she's put that away very confidently, and is very hesitant about ever tapping back into that side of herself again. She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers again.
Whoa.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. We've caught up with who Max Caulfield is now. What has she been doing in the time between the events of Arcadia Bay to now?
Well, she's been on the road. She doesn't feel comfortable in any one place. And she's living
Yeah,
like
if
a
you stay there
nomadic
too long,
lifestyle,
there's a chance
taking
that you'll
photographs
want to
of
use your
abandoned,
powers.
lonely
I get
spaces.
that.
For some reason, anything that's
Way to go, Max. Way to
desolate
fuck it
or
up.
dark and intense really draws her eye, and she likes to photograph that. And she's made a bit of a name for herself by photographing these types of images. And she searches for them and stays in hotels and hangs out in local watering holes and just kind of absorbs the slice of life of each little town that she's been in. And now she's in a new environment with all new people and a new job responsibility
And new powers, too,
and
right?
new powers.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Because fans of the original game, we love the rewind power. We were turning back time, but now time is moving in a different direction.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, as Max has evolved, her powers have evolved. She didn't use that power for a really long time, understandably, because it created so much devastation. And so it atrophied and it adapted into something different.
What if I told you there's this other timeline where Safi is alive and I can travel between this timeline and that one?
So she has this supernatural ability to move between the timelines, see the timeline where Safi is still alive, go into the one where she's dead, talk to people.
Yes, exactly. She has a unique position to figure out what's really going on in this terrible situation of Safi's death.
So I know you're a true crime fan.
Yeah.
So when you got the
Of course
call
she is.
of, hey, we want you to come back and play Max and solve this mystery, where were you? What was going through your head when you finally learned the news?
Well, I was still in school. I was studying neuroscience. I was trying to prepare to take calculus. I had to have two different
She's
tutors.
so
It was a horrible
cute.
situation.
2 timelines, 2 tutors.
2 timelines, 2 tutors, 1 mystery, 1 failing grade. But I got the call, and it was just like such an amazing rescue from my math phobia. And it was the producer and the performance director telling me, and I just sobbed into the phone.
Yeah.
Wow. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
As you can probably tell, the fan base, myself included, have a very personal relationship with Max. How does it feel for you personally knowing the impact that you've made on fans and the community?
It's just unbelievable to be playing a part that resonated with someone, so many people. It makes me feel so validated, and
I can't even imagine getting the chance to voice a character in a video game, let alone something of this caliber. And just to get a little personal, I'm honestly really worried about my whole voice situation, and this might be my voice now, which means I'm not able to do a lot of the character voices that I make up, but hopefully it's not. And if it is, then we'll get over it, we'll move on with our lives. But this just as someone who uses their voice a lot to talk and sing and as a form of expression, I just can't even imagine what an opportunity like this would feel like.
It makes me feel so validated and so honored and so grateful. There are so many fans of this game that have created this really loving community where they share their art and they pour their time and energy into creating gorgeous artwork or really intricate creative cosplays. Tattoos. It's etched on their skin permanently because the game changed them, and the game changed me too. So I feel very connected to them, and it moves me to tears all the time.
Let's thrash, Chakra.
Okay, let's pretend you said something normal, but basically that. And it's not often that an actor gets to reprise a character. Was that something that you, from a physical perspective, from a performance perspective, had to take into account? Because, you know, back in 2015, you were portraying a teenage Max versus Life is Strange Double Exposure was an adult Max. Did you have to change your voice or pitch?
Yes, well, my voice kind of stayed the same, but Max's voice matured and got a bit more deeper and more grounded in its tone, and her posture became a bit more sure of herself and tall and standing to her full height and taking up space and being comfortable with that. And so I had to, you know, adjust everything about my body to try to convey her growth.
That's really cool.
And now we're proud to present an extended look at the gameplay from Life is Strange.
Oh, I wonder how many
Double
people paused
Exposure.
on that script just to read what it said, and it's probably like, looks like ground. Pre-beta.
Give me the Cliff Notes version of what we're actually here to see.
A bunch of little pieces of a shattered asteroid.
From 11 million miles away.
This is what I get for introducing you to.
Cause just the visuals, you just want to soak it up.
So, should we be worried about this crazy asteroid hitting Earth?
Not in our lifetime. And it would probably disintegrate before it reached the surface.
All right, Max. You have 24 hours before the world ends. What would you do?
Okay, well, a lot actually. That's a very loaded question.
Oh, I'm documenting that shit. Can you imagine how cool an apocalypse photo set would be?
Oh my god. This again? Nobody would see it. I'm telling you, art requires an audience. Otherwise, it's just...
Okay, jeez.
I'll take it to my other timeline, bitch. Shut your mouth.
Awful quiet over there, Murph. Don't want to weigh in?
Oh, I wasn't listening. But, hey, looks like the equipment's working.
Eek. Why am I not at home wrapped up in a blanket burrito right now?
I don't know. Me and Moses out in town without you? Think of the wild times you would have missed.
Lakeport's most notorious party animals.
Oh, I brought cups. Figured that was better than passing the bottle around.
Oh, look at the bear cup.
This is the best you could do?
I don't work in this building. Don't
A little toilet cup. I love that.
Mine says, I'm the world's horniest grandma.
Oh, I like the nerdy and dirty.
Wow.
1 out of
'Cause
10.
action will have consequences.
I have some good news. It's big, but I.
Oh,
can't
champagne
tell
is
you what it
vile.
is.
You can't tell us you have good news and then
I don't want to say anything else until everything is finalized.
mysterious. Well, whatever we're celebrating, I think it calls for a selfie.
Oh, I just got this camera and I want to get some good use out of it.
What should we say?
Damn, I think I have hypothermia.
Yeah.
Moses has hypothermia.
I love that. God, this. I've seen a lot of comments saying that they missed the feel, that they were way off, and I don't feel that from this. This is everything that you want it to be. The storytelling so far, and this isn't even like a big story. Like, it's just the dialogue, the nuances, and the expressions. I love this. This is great so far.
I'm gonna, do my thing.
Good news, huh?
You two and your secrets. How you ever hold a conversation with each other is beyond me.
I'm dying to know what Safi's good news is. Maybe I can somehow convince her to spill.
Is Hiccup still there?
I love how
That's what
Moses
I want to
always
know.
looks so passionate about his work, even when he's just crunching numbers.
Cool.
Hey, Moses. Casually lean on the telescope.
I might knock it over.
Pretend.
Awkward.
Hey, Safi.
Mm-hmm.
Find anything poemable?
The moon? Kind of. Though I'd hardly be the first. Carl Sandburg called it a friend for the lonesome to talk to.
Pretty.
That's cool.
I haven't seen a moon this bright outside of Oregon.
Oh, a Max biography nugget. Those are rare. You never really talk about why you came here.
You already know. Your mom threw me a lifeline, pulled me out of Freelance hell.
One of these days, I'm gonna find out what you're running from.
Is her
Max
mom like an
Caulfield.
art director or something?
That's a promise.
What's your good
Okay,
news,
spill.
bitch?
What's the news?
No chance. That vault is closed.
You're killing me here.
I'm gonna get shot later.
Are you really gonna keep secrets
That's
from
good,
me
right?
from Max?
Wink, wink,
You're
nudge,
one to
nudge.
talk,
Know what I
my
mean? Know
dear.
what I mean? Okay, bye.
Okay, I'll leave you to your muse.
Oh, look at the smoke. Little smokestack. That's cool. Sup, Moses?
Hey, Moses. Doesn't some small part of you want to know what Safi's good news is?
All right. I think I have an idea. But once we go down this road, we can't turn back.
Okay.
Give this to Safi, if you can. You'll probably have to trick her into taking it or plant it on her.
Like a prank?
No. This has rules. So it's more of a game. Whoever holds the bottle cap has to do whatever you say.
Oh.
Within reason.
Moses,
I have literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.
You say that now, but Safi has a very loose definition of within reason. She'll come for you next.
Okay, wish me luck.
Snow!
Okay, how am I going to plant this on Safi?
Fuck off, Amanda. I got shit to do.
Since Safi hasn't quit smoking yet, maybe I can use it to my advantage.
I'm not above relaxing my principles to give Safi that bottle cap. There might be some other hiding places up here that could work.
Why would you shove it in the snowbank?
Could I hide the bottle cap in a snowball? Not sure I want to rely on my aim. I only get one shot. Safi eats these when she can't slip away for a smoke. It'd be totally normal for me to offer her one.
Only that she can smoke right now, so no.
Now I've just got to deliver this to Safi.
Have some gummy bears.
Hey, Safi.
Mm-hmm.
Want a piece of candy? There's a few left.
Oh, twist my arm. Shit. It's a conspiracy. Come on, Max. Surely you, of all people, would let a girl have her secrets.
Nope.
And
Fuck
violate
off.
the sacred covenant of the bottle cap? Never.
You know I'm going to get you back for this, right?
Less thready, more talk.
Okay. So, well, I've been shopping around a bunch of my poetry, right? Like, as a collection. And a publisher made an offer.
For real?
That's
oh
cool.
Oh my god, Safi! That's incredible! Congratulations!
Thank you. Nothing signed or anything yet, so I want to keep it under wraps until all the paperwork gets signed.
Understood. Your secret is safe with me.
Yeah, a little save icon.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello? This is Safi?
Sure, I'll come and
Yes,
get murdered.
This is Sofia Llewellyn Fayyad.
Why do you ask?
Speaking. Be right back.
So, would you really take pictures of the end of the world?
I already have, bitch.
Yeah. Think about it. I take photos of empty buildings. An empty planet? That's next level.
Okay. But it's like Safi said. Nobody is ever going to see them.
Sure, but who cares? I take a lot of photos nobody ever sees.
That's
I wanna go
probably
out
true as
doing
well.
something I'm good at. You know? Oh, what?
No, nothing. Just didn't take you as a it's the journey, not the destination type.
I mean, I guess I'm not. It's more like sometimes you reach the destination alone. And that's okay.
The voice sync is a little muddy, and I believe that's been a thing for most Life is Strange games, but I feel like the nuances of the mouth could have been a little more defined. Yeah, granted, that is very, very hard to do. They don't even do that
Moses
with
was right.
Supermassive
This
yet.
is awesome.
Ah, fuck my eyes! Curse you, moon!
Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. Just dizzy. Maybe the champagne. I think I'm gonna take off, get some rest.
I can give you a ride if you wait a few minutes.
No, that's okay. I think a walk will clear my head. Think so.
Plus, I don't want to pack all your geek shit away, okay, bro? Damn, deep dive into this game, okay. The music is always a very thought out choice in these games.
I'm glad Moses invited me out tonight.
I can't recall exactly how you came into my life at all. It seems you always.
Caledon's a beautiful campus, but it's even better when it snows.
Just waiting to suddenly appear. Call me crazy, but I know that's everything I know.
What a perfect night for walking home. I'll just catch up with Sophie tomorrow.
Promise this is what you want.
Cigarettes.
Sophie's chain smoking again? Wonder what that call was about.
Please don't wake me up.
Oh, it's broken.
Wow, Sophie, what did Mr. Snowman ever do to you?
Bird.
Now I know who's been leaving all that squirrel gore around campus.
I'd swim an ocean, swim whole seas. It'd make no difference how far I'd go, 'cause I'd find you.
Don't get to take a shot like this every day. Wow, you're really watching me, aren't you?
Why is she just getting random headaches? Is it like echoes of a timeline she's already been in?
This is not a test. Max! The emergency broadcast system is now in effect.
I caused this! I caused all of this!
Some flashbacky shit there? I'm assuming.
Max? Hey. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah. That's
Something's
cool.
wrong. Sophie.
Hey! Come back!
She's on the phone, looks
There's
like.
Sophie. She seems okay. I feel like I should check on her anyway. Better safe than sorry. Shit! Sophie, hang on! Oh, Sophie's fine. For a moment, I thought...
No, she's not fine. She just chilling on the bench? Like, the fuck?
Sophie? Hey, you okay?
Bam! She's surprisingly calm. Given her history with everything, I would say that's normal, but I also feel like it's weird. Yeah, I'm not at all disappointed in what I'm seeing and the possibility that this could have. I really don't want to get my hopes up story-wise, though.
Thanks for tuning in to our Life is Strange Double Exposure reveal show. You can pre-order the game now for release on October 29th, 2024.
That is something that I will be pre-ordering here next paycheck that comes on through. So in the next week and a half, this is something that I'm definitely going to drop my pre-order on. Just kind of the basic game, though. I don't think I'm going to get any collector's editions or anything, but thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game, what you would like to see, what you're definitely against, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.